Hello and welcome to this edition of US 101's Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I am Hashini Pathirana. Before we take a look at your news in detail, let's take a look at your headlines first.
News First headline.
Major police shake-up. Top officers transferred in sudden reshuffle. CID questions prison's chief for 10 hours over Vesak Day pardon scandal. In your international headlines, police order protesters to leave downtown LA as raid unrest continues into night. And in your sports, Don Nelson earns a Lifetime Achievement Award. And now on to those stories in detail. The National Police Commission has approved a series of immediate transfers and appointments affecting several senior police officers. Senior Superintendent of Police M.S. Mohanlal has been appointed as the Director of Investigations at the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption. Meanwhile, Superintendent of Police A.S.K. Bandara has been transferred from the Ampara Division to the Criminal Investigations Department, while Assistant Superintendent of Police W.T. Anuranga has also been reassigned from Mount Lavinia Division to the CID. In other notable changes, ASP BLA Prasanna has been transferred from the Alpitia Division to the Nugegoda Division, and ASP MPT Deepthi Kumaro has been moved from Nugegoda to Alpitia. The police department also confirmed that transfers have been approved for 8 chief inspectors and 2 inspectors of police as part of this broader reshuffle. Into more local news. The Commissioner General of Prisons, Tushar Puldania, was questioned for over 10 hours yesterday by the Criminal Investigations Department in connection with the alleged unauthorized release of inmates under the guise of a presidential pardon. This marks the second round of questioning for Puldania, who was also interrogated for 5 hours the previous night. The investigation comes from a complaint filed by the Presidential Secretariat, which alleges that the presidential pardon was misused to unlawfully release certain prisoners. A senior official from the Anuradhapura prison is scheduled to be presented before the Anuradhapura Magistrates Court today following his arrest by the CID in connection with the unauthorized release of an inmate. However, the 52-year-old prison superintendent, a resident of Kalutara South, was taken into custody yesterday afternoon. His arrest is linked to the controversial release of an inmate from Anuradhapura prison on the Vesak Poya Day, allegedly under the guise of a presidential pardon that had not been granted. The inmate in question, identified as W.H. Atula Tilakaratna, was reportedly released claiming he had received a presidential pardon as part of Vesak celebrations. However, the Presidential Secretariat later confirmed that no such pardon had been issued for this individual, prompting a formal complaint to the CID. Public Security Minister Ananda Vijaypala said that a broader investigation has been launched into previous instances where inmates may have been released without proper authorization. He emphasized that the government will take the strictest legal action against those found responsible.
International news.
Now shifting your attention to the international arena. Downtown Los Angeles has been declared an unlawfully assembly area by the LAPD following a third day of demonstrations in the city. Protests are continuing into the night. At least 10 people were arrested yesterday during this unrest, prompted by immigration raids by US officials. Law enforcement officers have used tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse protesters who forced a major freeway to close. At least 300 members of the California National Guard were deployed to 3 spots in the Los Angeles area, while 500 Marines are in prepared to deploy status at a base around 230 kilometers east of Los Angeles.
Sports news.
And finally, shifting your attention to the sports arena, Basketball Hall of Famer Don Nelson was presented with a Lifetime Achievement Award Sunday night and then trashed one of his former franchises for trading Luka Doncic. Nelson played 14 NBA seasons from 1962 to 76, ranks second in NBA history with 1,335 regular season coaching victories over 31 seasons, and guided his teams to 18 playoff appearances before retiring in 2010. He held the victories record until Greg Popovich passed him in 2022. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Yes 101's Visual Radio. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more of the very latest.